Hi. So I am coming to you today. I have a light on that seems to be not good. Let me turn that off. Oh, wait a minute. About off. Is that better? Not really. Well, anyway. So I am coming to you today to talk to you about how piercings heal. This is a pretty misunderstood thing, and a lot of people think that we have to clean a piercing so that it doesn't get infected. That's 100% not true. Um, First, let me start off. I don't go live too often, so bear with me. But let me just say that if you want to get videos from me and you like what I'm doing, please do subscribe and like my videos. Okay, so with that, how a piercing heals. I want you to envision in your mind that you fell down and you skinned your knee. What happens when you fall down and you skin your knee is that the um, body fluid leaks up from that wound, blood and body fluid leak up from the wound. The air hits it, it dries, you get a scab. That is what a scab is dried body fluid, basically. A scab protects that wound, keeps bacteria from getting in. That's why it's not a good idea to pick a scab, because then you let bacteria in, it can get infected. So anyway, pretend like you fell down, you skinned your knee, and this is the top of a freshly skinned knee that has not formed a scab yet. So it's an open wound that's just um, kind of leaking, body fluid. You can see the body fluid and the blood leaking out of it. If you take that wound, this is the top of the heel, or excuse me, the top of the freshly skinned knee, and you roll that like this into a tube, you now have a piercing. So a piercing is a wound with the open tissues inside of it. Um, Now that you have a tube, no air gets inside that tube. So it does not scab inside a piercing. So what happens is that body fluid is continually leaking out of those tissues in the tube. Okay? That body fluid has to go somewhere. It rolls outside the wound. Then the air hits it, and that body fluid dries. You get a crusting or a scabbing around the outside of the piercing. That is why piercings get crusty. That's what the crusting is, basically scabbing. It is not a good idea to turn jewelry in the piercing because the piercing is trying to heal. And if you turn jewelry in that piercing, it's essentially like knocking over bricks that somebody's trying to, like, say some guys are putting up a brick wall, you walk by, you push it over before it has a chance to set, um, and then they have to start all over again. That's essentially the same thing with turning jewelry. Every time you turn jewelry in a piercing that's trying to heal, you are disrupting the healing. So it's never a good idea to turn jewelry in a piercing. Now that you understand how a piercing heals, oh, and I should explain this. A piercing heals from the outside edge of that tube moving toward the center. The outside edge of the wound heals the fastest because it gets more air circulation outside. As the healing moves in, it has less and less air circulation. And so the deep inside part of that piercing is the last part to heal. If you have questions or anything, please let me know. Um, if you like what I do, please subscribe and like my videos. Thank you. Bye. Dynamic piercing and tattoo.
Hi, do you have nose piercing rings for sale?
I do. Uh huh.